What's going on, guys? Welcome to another live stream. Today we are still sort of working through some teething problems of the new setup. Hoping to be able to weld some R33 catch cans tonight. Just noticing a massive pitfall with the new streaming software, and I can't get a link to the stream before the stream goes live. Which before I was able to send out all the notifications before the stream went live. So now I need to do that while we're live, which I'm not a massive fan of. I'm actually curious if I can go back to the old streaming software and port the features of the new software in. But I don't know if I'm just like trying to hang on to the old stuff. But anyway, that's what I got going on right now. So just bear with me for 1 second. And also the countdown timer, this thing, doesn't work in the new software either. It was a custom script that I wrote for the timer to count down, and the timer doesn't count down and the camera doesn't blur. None of the stuff works. So yeah, so we don't have the countdown timer, which would be the ideal place for me to do this broadcasting the stream. But just we'll just pop the link up on Instagram. And we'll get a non-offensive text color. I guess I actually could prep this message, and then once the stream is live, all I have to do is paste the link in. That might be a better way to go in the future. And yeah, that solves the problem for the future. All right, cool. Let me share that and see if I can get anybody to come along. Alrighty. So first things first, I need to sharpen a bunch of tungsten. We've got the chat up there, and let me just post a post in there, so hopefully that activates the chat bot. Okay, so we're sharpening some, and let's get this, at least get this bearing out the way so we can sit this guy here. So this guy, trying to bring the camera closer, totally forgetting that I've got a zoom feature. But I don't have a manual focus feature anymore. There it goes. So I've designed and made this. I'll have to zoom out for the lighting. I'm trying a different key light today as well. The one that I usually use is a meter long, and it just doesn't today that I'm trying. So anyway, so this is a 3D printed, well this is actually an Azito drill bit sharpener. I've designed and 3D printed this attachment, which just clicks on the front there, and it's got two collets in there at the moment, something in the 15 degree range, sorry, and flat, and it's designed to just put collets in to set the size of the tungsten. Instead of me one, because the tungsten heats up a lot while you're grinding it, so that helps as an insulator as well. So this is a coarse diamond wheel on these little $50 Azito grinders, perfect for grinding tungsten. And just on this side here, I've made, guy's a bit stiff, I've made this guy, which has a little pocket here for used tungstens, and then when they're ground they can go in these little slots ready to use. And I am in the process of designing, I just haven't finalized it yet, one that clips into this side that will be a tray on top, that we can put things like our gas lenses and cups and things in. So that's my little Azito grinding situation. If you want the files for this thing, let me know in the comments there. Let me know, and I can upload the files somewhere for you to be able to print your own. Or if you need them printed, let me know. I'd love to help you out with printing them as well. So the thing, or the problem I have maybe is that my old tungsten tray that I've got, I have no where it's ended up while we've been moving the shop around, but it has a mark on there, which I can just get it again on. It has a mark on to show me where the minimum length of a tungsten is. So I'll just find the shorter tungsten here, which is this guy, and I'll just pop him in here. And I think the length of it was by the actual grinding process, because I fit a drill, or at least on my old grinder I used to fit a drill to spin the thing. On this, and I spin it quite easily by hand. But what I might do is just make a note that of the length that I'll mark it on the top of the grinder. So here and here is the tungsten length. All right, that'll work for me. And while I'm thinking about it, I just want to test the settings camera, see if that comes live. Yes, it's got a huge delay on it. Does that look like a crack there? Right there? No, oh, it's the reflect something. Probably a USB cable or something. Okay, so the settings camera I've tried something different with as well, but we'll see how that goes as evening progresses. But for now, let's get in here and sharpen some tungstens. Chris is here. G'day, Chris. Thank you for coming along to, I think it's Wednesday, a Wednesday night stream. Wednesday, yes. I have no idea what day it is today. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so if this is too loud, I will flick over to a welding screen, but we'll just go through and sharpen some of these. So I have temporarily retired my other grinder, which I used to just used to nip off any dags. It is just on the toolbox behind me over here, but trying to get a system where I can just use this machine on its own. It is definitely, I mean, this works okay by hand, but it's definitely a lot faster to use a drill. I'm just going to set him there and let him cool down before I slot him in. Around so you can maybe see what's going on here. I mean, I'm literally just sticking a tungsten in a hole and spinning it around. It's not exciting or rocket science. Yeah, it is a hell of a lot faster to use a drill. In the early days, I used to have a like a jeweler's chuck inside of a little like 6-volt screwdriver, and that was really handy just to have sitting around on the bench. When I designed this thing, I tried to design it with the top of the wheel exposed so I could just clean up the shaft if I needed to. Sometimes I regret it, and other times it's very handy. Alright, that gets us a few. Just want to try another one by hand. I've never had troubles doing it by hand before. Yeah, not too bad. All right, that'll get us going. We've got 5 there, and I do just like to pop them in there with the point down. That's why I like to cool them off so they don't melt into the ABS. Awesome. So these are 2% thoriated tungsten. I'm using a gas lens and a number 5 cup. I will get a couple of tacks done on these catch cans and then bowl off this tungsten. Just zoom you out there. We'll get our Lazy Susan bearing back in place. And pop in our table. And so I just need to get a Oh, I need to clean off this table a little bit. Sleeves. Hey, every time I feel like I'm surprised about streaming. Even though I'm the one that sets up and pushes go, I'm constantly feeling surprised by the whole streaming process. And I did grab some, so this glove that I've been using finally got a hole through the thumb. I'm only getting about a week. So I grabbed another pair. So I'm just getting these from Bunnings until I can figure out a better option. These guys right here, they are in the welding section. They're the only non-leather glove that that Bunnings offer, seemingly that anyone local offers. I did have a look in the gardening sections. I'm researching gloves. I feel like gloves every other day to try and find a supplier. So I went into the garden section because apparently cut resistant gloves like these ones, but if they've got a latex palm on them, they're suitable for welding. So these are a polyester or a, I have no way of knowing. I think it's a polyester. No idea, but these are the kind of rubber that will transfer onto a hot part. But silicone or latex apparently. So I'm on the hunt for some cut resistant gloves that have a latex dipped palm. So I will have a look. I only made that discovery today and will be investigating it a little bit further. Bunnings did have a couple of pairs in the gardening section, but they were not comfortable gloves, so they stayed there. These are just gloves, the gloves that I use to assemble parts or prep parts. But I'm just, I'm going to do this, so since I only get a week out of my filler hand, my torch holding hand is not quite as important as far as complete dexterity goes. So I'll just get this filter basket tacked in here. And I'll pop you in a welding screen. Alright, and this is where we find out if I've fixed the camera issues. That's come good so far. Last night, this looking camera was the one we had the major issues with. Okay, so we've got the baffles welded in. I've got an extra baffle for an extra tank that I'm not going to be welding tonight. But while I was making baffles today, I thought I'd prep it ahead of time. So we'll get these bottom plates on quickly, and I'll just try welding screen number 2. Okay, everything still working? Yes, it is. Excellent. So all tacked up. I've noticed on this batch, and I had it on the last batch as well, got quite a large gap just on this small little edge over here. I think on the inside of these parts, I scribe a line with the CNC machine while it's cutting. So basically, I mount the sheet down and then I switch out to a diamond drag tool, and can I show you? I think I can show you on this one. See, it says 45 there, and where that fold is, it actually draws the line where the fold needs to be. So the 45 is the bend radius, and the line is where the fold is. So I do that on the inside of all the parts, so when I'm assembling them I can save some time. You know, so basically the CNC machine's doing all the work up front. But I think I mean, obviously this line is in the wrong spot by a fraction, and I don't know why. In the past I've always hand marked these two folds, so I get the laser cut parts and I just draw a little line on them. But yeah, I've got something wrong on this part. Either something's wrong with this section. Definitely if I just extended that by 2 millimeters, that would solve the problem, or bringing this fold line in. But I think extending this would be the answer, considering it's so consistent over all the parts. So this is 6 catch cans in a row. It's been this way, so anyway, no dramas, not the end of the world. We can certainly fill that. We will fill that. So we're going to start by just welding this seam at the bottom. I have not checked the flow today. We're at 7 litres a minute. Everything is good. I am just going to bowl this tungsten over here. We'll be in a welding screen anyway. But first, it is setting number 10 for me. So basically, I just have the frequency up and the AC balance down. So basically, it's just down as low as it will go. These serrated tungstens bowl super consistently. Don't know if I can focus that too well, but they bowl really quickly and really consistently. Very happy with them. So we're just going to jump back up to profile 3, which is our pulse setting. Let's get in there. Okay, so not too bad of a weld there. I'm just going to try welding these two recirc tanks in unison, in tandem, together. I'd like to end the night with them both finished, that's all. Okay, it's a bit better. There, I'm not a fan of the Kelvin, I guess, of that light. I used to be able to change it between yellow and white. It's like a Bluetooth work light, but I'm unable to change it. To change the light style anymore. It will only let me change the brightness. It's a Grid Connect, so Arlec, I think, light. But yeah, just trying to have a smaller light up there than the massive one, that's all. Okay, so I can one button focus now, which is awesome. And I've just completely forgotten how to change screens for a second there. Awesome, Chris. I appreciate you hanging out. It's really awesome. I still haven't set up my Stream Deck for the push buttons yet. I'm not sure on this new streaming software. I have managed to figure out how you change profiles. So if I do update the Stream Deck, it certainly won't cause a problem if I go back to the old software. I just haven't taken the time to do it yet, and I really should, because it is quite beneficial during the stream. But that filter basket weld was quite nice. Pretty happy with that. So basically, have just sped up the pulse settings, and really works quite nicely. These tanks are a recirculating style. So basically these two holes over here are the inlets, goes through the baffles and through to the outlet, which is the filter basket. And then I have a tube that runs from the outlet of the filter basket through to the front there, which will weld a -12 on, which can go to the intake of the vehicle. So basically, this system that I've made uses the full functionality of the built-in filter. So there's a coarse filter foam and a fine filter foam in there, and it's completely reversible. So if the customer does want to go to an atmospheric venting catch can, they don't have to come back and buy another one. They can literally just plug up the outlet on the front, and I actually supply everything they need. So it's a great little two-in-one for the cans. There's only a select few versions that I offer it for until I get vehicles through to be able to figure out where that outlet filter goes. The ultimate idea, or the ultimate solution, of course, would be just to pop it on the top here, and then that way it would just be a bolt-on thing, but there's not enough clearance for that to happen, which is why we have to go for this tube situation. It's quite tedious for the internal plumbing, and it does change the width. So ordinarily I will run an inlet baffle about this size, but then we can't fit the tube through here. So I have a custom or a different one that I run for these recirc tanks. So that's why we've got holes there, that's why we've got extra fittings at the front, and we will have to weld that and grind it down and whatnot, but that's not right now's problem. Okay, not too bad either. Where do I? One button focus. Can I one button focus in the right spot? Yeah, really happy with that. So what I'm trying to do when I do these is space the dabs a little bit further than I ordinarily would to try and keep the heat out and basically, yeah, try and keep the heat out to stop these edge panels distorting. It's working quite well. Sometimes like over here, I just space them out a little bit further than I probably should. It's so going to focus. Yeah, definitely not happy with the lighting situation. We'll fix that for tomorrow night's stream. But yeah, it just destroys the consistency a little bit, but this new method is working really well, so I'm very happy with that. We'll pop that guy aside and we'll come back to this one. Just want to close up a couple of these little gaps and just close that big gap up a little bit, just to give us a head start for working on that. So what I'm going to do is weld this underside. I might prop a little bit in the wrong location as well. I feel like I'm forever fighting it trying to bounce back up again as well. It's just not good for welding consistency. I wonder if I move that light over one, if it being a little bit closer. I've turned it up, but I have put a diffuser on it because it was not very nice for my eyeballs. So I'll just pop a little racking brace in here and we'll hop him over. So there, it might interfere with the camera a little bit. Actually, the camera is probably casting a bit of a shadow. If I get it over here, maybe. If I get it over there. That looks a bit better. Last night I was using a bit of tube to try and balance all the lights up there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's the wrong color, but yeah, that's much better. It blows my face a little bit, but it's fine. My face is super shiny today. Okay, every time I see you've posted cooking dinner, I can smell someone cooking like cheese toasties. I'm sure there's a neighbour working late tonight, so somebody's having cheese toasties for dinner around here. Okay, looks good. Is it? I've got the power cable locked up there. Yeah, that light's not doing us any justice in making my world look good tonight. And can I focus? Looks like the worlds are really nice, but they just don't look good with the yellow light on them. But yeah, that was successful. While I've got this positioned like this, I'll swap over to the other tank. And first we'll just knock down these little high spots. Okay, so I had a like a misstart on the arc, and that looks like the welding camera, the helmet camera locked up there. But yeah, again, we got great welds on this part here as well. Really happy with that. It's got a little bit of a dag going on back here, but Yeah, really happy with that. These settings are absolutely fantastic. I feel like it was the missing link of making me enjoy this welder, and now it feels so forgiving. All right, I was actually talking to someone the other day about getting a Unimig razor. But I don't think I will anytime soon. I would like to ultimately to be able to help people answer their questions, but for right now, we're Kempy all the time. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so the light in a different location looks good. I'm not a fan of the color of it though, but at least we can see that the world looks good now. Really happy with that. That's really fun to stand that up and just weld that little triangle-y type shape. Just a whole bunch of short, straight welds. Super easy, super fun. I quite enjoy doing this little end of the tank. cameras are still working. We are exactly an hour into the live stream. That is really awesome. I have not had to frig around with anything. As I say that, I just get hung up. I just got hung up on my welding helmet tether. Again, beautiful weld going around the top of that. We can get back in focus. Might have to. Oh no, that's not too bad. Yeah, looks really good. So next up, we'll do the tops. So basically, I want to run around the whole top of this tank before I weld this tube in. Let me zoom out there. So we'll go the whole way around. We do have a little bit of a gap here, which I'll close up, but I want to weld completely across here before I weld the front of this tube in, so it doesn't distort anything, since I am going to linish that down before the fitting goes on. So I'm not too fussed about that, but I am fussed about this top weld here. So I'll just get in with the brass block and just beat that down a little bit there. And wonder that bothering me if I could use my my little camera light instead. We'll give it a look, since I have a charging cable right there for it. The catch is that I don't remember the light. I moved it. Procedure, we will not do it. That hour this moving the shop around. It's getting a little out of hand. So I have this. Just pilfer the charge adapter. So I have a little magnetic charger that I use for my microphone. I've got an extra one. I'll just pop it in this light here. I'm just curious if this light here will be comparable to the one that's lighting currently, because I know I can change the color on this one, but it looks like it needs power first. These, where can I show you? These are bloody cool. They're probably not the best idea for a shop where you're doing a lot of cutting with steel. They're just so this is a USB-C plug, this round thing here that I've just plugged in, and it's it does have data transfer. You can see all the little contacts there, but it literally will just connect there and start charging. Really handy. I definitely wouldn't recommend it if you're angle grinding metal. Especially if it's plugged into your phone. Last thing you want to do is short out your phone contacts, but this will need to charge for a minute. It's dead flat. We'll just let him hang out over there. After this weld, but what did I do with my glove now? Here. I sat on it. Okay, so we'll get this curved weld done. I feel like I did something tricky with the curved weld last time I did one. I feel like I remember saying I'll have to remember that for next time, and I don't remember. This post, you can't see it there, I can show you in this screen. This post right here is becoming an issue with my filler rod. I think if I move the table back so it butts up to that post, then I'll be sitting back here, and that'll solve that problem. But it's a little bit annoying from time to time. Okay, everything's still working, everything's good, lovely. We have not seen the chatbot come through yet tonight. How? Just thinking about that light thing, like going and getting that light. Like I actively look for trouble. Just looking for, everything's going smoothly tonight and it's freaking awesome, and then I go and look for a problem to solve. If there's not a problem to solve, I create one. So something I was reading was that chatbot needs to be reactivated before every stream. I did it last night and I didn't do it tonight. So you need to turn him off, refresh him, turn him on, refresh him. I don't know if it works while the stream's running, but definitely should have popped in and said something by now. Yes, oh, that's a new thing too. I have, if someone subscribes while the channel is live, it pops up on the screen now. Okay, cool. So chatbot lets us know about that, which is awesome. And it's nice to know that worked. I didn't know that I could push a button to test that, so that's amazing. But while we're here looking for trouble, I'll see if this light will turn on. Something is. I feel like something was just electrocuting me under the desk. No, hopefully it wasn't biting me. So yeah, so this light here, I can set the Kelvin rating, which the stream, most of the cameras I've got set to 5100 Kelvin, I'm assuming. So if I turn this light up to 100%, this is what it's doing. And how I don't have a mount. I do have a mount, I just don't know where the mount is. I think at gonna do, yeah, what I'd like, I just want to do a sort of side by side and see if I can just hold it there for that, can't I? Yeah, so this, what we're looking at right now is the work light. Let me jump in here and turn the work light off and replace it with this guy. Yeah, that is not bright enough, I don't think. So that, turn that back on. Yeah, I'm really unhappy with the color of it, but we can cheese it with this guy here a little bit. So I think I can move these over here and I can put him, this might be really annoying for me, but I don't think it'll, oh. Can I get under here? Yes. I've got a couple of Velcro tabs on the back, and where it connects is on the TV screen here. No, it's not, because they are two different kinds. I can do this though, like that. And we'll plug the power back in. Okay. I don't know if we've solved it. We've done something. Makes me feel better about life. Okay, the downside is that, again, it blows me out even more. But if I turn everything is so temporary. If I turn that off, is that a bit better? Makes me look like an evil villain with no light on one side of my face. That'll do. We'll revisit lighting at another point. We really need to be welding. I'm so happy that that pop-up worked. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah. There's some other ones that I've turned on as well, but I can't think of what they are. Okay, let's keep welding. This bit of filler rod should be long enough. And let's go. So we buzzed around that guy pretty nicely. Everything looks really good. Looks really good. Beautiful. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other one. Like so, like so. Okay, thank you, Chris. These settings are just absolutely magical. I feel like getting really good consistency. Everything just feels great. I don't know why, but when I was welding, let's go over here so you can see the prop, I tucked this finger under the prop. And I didn't realize until I got to where the curve started, and I was sort of fighting the prop a little bit. I don't know why I did that instead of propping on top. I do that from time to time when I'm following a short straight, but it was a really strange thing to do, but to not realize until I started to panic, and I obviously didn't do a dry run even, or I did and then changed the way that I held the prop. All right, let's keep going. All right, chatbot is here. It must 26 minutes. What do I have him set to? Oh, he's already open. Okay, so that's a 30-minute message, and I'm pretty sure it was an hour on the dot that I turned him on. Not sure what's going on with that, but it's here and that's awesome. It's all good stuff. All right. If we can get in focus, yes. Beautiful along this long straight there. A little bit of turbulence across the front there. That's where that baffle kicks in. It's really close. It's a really narrow baffle. You can almost see the side of it in there. But not bad at all. Really happy with that. So we'll swap back over to the other one and we'll do this vertical weld across here. Get into a welding screen. Okay. Get this guy back here, even further. Really nice welds all the way around this tank. This mark here, while I was linishing the tabs from CNC cutting it, I slipped off the side of the linisher and got a bit of a swirl on there. And these circles up here, where are we? Up here, they are from my folder. So I run I put a sheet of draw liner on my folder to stop it from scratching when it folds, and the only draw liner I could get was textured on one side, and it does push through. It doesn't dent or anything, but I am keeping an eye out every time I go to Bunnings for a smooth draw liner. I've also used like cafe blinds or cafe matte in the past as well. That works pretty well also, but the draw liner, you don't have to get someone to help you to cut it. You can just buy a roll of it and be done with it. So really happy with that. These settings are just absolutely fantastic, and they are. I don't think we've run through the settings for a while. The setting camera is beautiful as well. So basically everything's just on auto, so pre-flow's on auto, post-flow's on auto. No pulse. We've got square wave setting 130 Hertz, -33 on the AC balance. In the welder settings, we're running 120 amps max and 15 minimum on the foot pedal. Everything else is about as it should be. The biggest change is the 33% on the AC balance, and all that as well. I am running a 1.8 meter long earth cable instead of the 4 meter cable that normally runs with the machine, and I believe that makes a difference as well. I didn't do any back-to-back testing, but a couple of other people were having earthing problems when I first got the machine, as well as me, and the only solution we could come up with without Kempy didn't think that there was an actual problem, but the only solution we could come up with was to shorten the earth cable and also bolt it to the table. I can't swivel this. I can do this though, can't I? So up the back there, you can see that clamp. I have the earth lead clamped down to the table as well. And I think that stuff makes a difference, but in recent time, that 33% on the AC balance, everything has been great since I've changed that setting. So it might help you as well. I would love to know if somebody tries it and they have some success. I'd really love to know. But what are we doing now? We are just doing these last... Did I weld that vertical already? No. So I'll weld this vertical weld up here, and then we'll finish off the bottom of this guy. Okay, I did have a misstart on the arc there. I didn't actually register at what point it froze, but the welding camera should come good when I click back to it. Okay, another great looking weld. Let's get some focus there. This straight was really nice. George is here. G'day, George. The long straight across the back. Now I do that in two parts. I do a stop start on the seam there, but looks absolutely fantastic. We'll zoom this guy out, and there we go. We managed to get 2 catch cans completely welded tonight. We did it in an hour and 43 minutes. Tonight, I would consider tonight the most successful stream that I've had in a long time. With I didn't have to unplug anything or replug anything back in. Really, really successful. And I feel like that is the first one in such a long time. And I'm really stoked about that. So that's bloody awesome. I had made a personal promise to myself that if I had a stream that ran the whole night without any issues, that I would go hard on advertising it the following day. So I will honour that promise, and tomorrow's stream I will advertise it a couple of hours before it goes live. And fingers crossed everything runs as smoothly as it did tonight. And I'm super happy with the welding as well. Really happy with these settings. It all looks really, really good. And you've got here, George, just as I'm getting ready to wrap up, which is awesome. I do really appreciate you stopping in, though. So the welding camera as well, I did crack the lens in it also. I don't think you can notice that much, but it does need a bit of which we'll have a look at. I've got to pull the whole camera body out, but anyway, I don't really need to concern you guys with that stuff. I don't. You know, I guess I am just actively trying to make it better. So thinking that I've got this little chatbot thing that says, "Don't be shy, jump in the chat," and I think that should actually be like a question. It doesn't actually the don't be shy, jump in the chat doesn't actually seem very inviting to me. So I might do a rolling set of questions. So I'd actually ask something like, you know, like what have you been working on today or something like that. But yeah, anyway, these are recirculating. We smashed them tonight. Really happy. Everything is going awesome. Chris, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. George, thank you so much for stopping by. It's really great. Sorry that I'm leaving at the same time that you get here, but I do really appreciate you taking the time to pop in and check out the stream. Anyone else who's here, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for lurking, just watching what's going on. The chat is always, you know, it's a friendly place in the chat. So to stream if you're lurking in the background, it does make it way more interesting for me, and I think for everybody who's watching. And anyone who watches this stream, the VOD after it goes live, this one I'll leave up. I have been putting them on private recently because they've just been a whole bunch of me trying to fix shit in the background. But if you're watching the VOD and you have any, I wanted to say tips, but if you had anything, any advice, anything you'd like to see me do to make this stream better, I am all ears. I'd love your thoughts and feedback and things like that. I'd really love to know what I can do differently or better, what you don't like, what you do like, all that stuff. I know that's very me-centric, but I'm really doing all I know how to do, and I'm at a point where I need feedback to progress. So I'd really appreciate that, good or bad. But yeah, everyone watching, thank you so much. I'm going to end it there. Have a great night, and I will be back tomorrow for another prep/welding stream, and I will see you there.